Welcome back, this is Ego Kitten 7770 with the final section of the mine that I'm trying to clear. I'll be building up my temporary base in this episode. At the moment, I have this one little last section of the mine to clear, and I'm good. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. There's something hiding, there's a turret hiding. Oof, it's an interior turret, which means flying above it is not gonna work. I'll have to take it out without getting shot by this thing. And looks like I found the sweet spot where it can't shoot me. I mean, I could go with the obvious choice and shoot out the interior, pillars, but I'd rather go for the turret. More risque. Let's get the ammo. Or did it even have ammo in it? I killed the turret that was unarmed. At least it appears to have been unarmed.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
I'll just dump stuff into this.
Inventory full.
Oh boy. Now I've ran out of steel plates, and that's plenty of place for that. I see a block over here. I'm trying to think of its name. Is that not a command
Searching
block?
G-Corp data files. Oxygen generator technology unlocked.
It's not a timer block, it's not a command block. What was that thing called? Interface block or something. Anyways, I have I have gas generation now. That is a boon, and this battery is almost fully charged. Eventually I'll grind down that thing. And everything else that's in here. Ooh, there's something under the bridge. Cargo. What is this? Andre, word is that the mine is shutting down. They don't need no more O2 'cause the machines don't need the, yeah? Corp seems to needless expenditures now. Where else we gonna find a job on this rock? I skipped the curse words. I wasn't gonna repeat those. Well, I have got them out of me. Almost much an empty bottle and some ice in that thing. This rover looks like I might be able to dig it out. Or maybe not. There's also some medium cargo containers up here that I will check. Ooh, explosives. As for the rest, what are they? Ice. And you? Darn. I was hoping for more explosives. This only had junk in it, so pick that up. Alright. I've done a bit of clearing in the mine. Eat! Almost fell off my path. It's a sandstorm. near well, I was hoping that in this little valley I wouldn't get this
Energy
hit with the
low.
sandstorm as bad, but I mean, I guess it's not as noisy, but it's not clear. Let's get this thing installed. That way I'll be able to restore my O2 here. And hydrogen as well. Oh, right. I put all my plates into the pillar down below. Which I'm... should have everything I need up here though, so I don't have to go back for it just yet. And at some point, I'm gonna weld up those remaining wheels. I just keep forgetting to do it. Just like I keep forgetting to put my suit lights on in my videos. Eventually, I'll get back into the feel of things. And it would probably help if I dumped my inventory before building this thing. Oh, my inventory is mostly ice. I see. I have extra O2 and H2 bottles now. They will help. With... I guess between the rover, my little base, and that hydrogen tank, the unbuilt hydrogen tank, it is... the storm is not nearly as bad as it would be if I was out on top of the hill. Still quite noisy, but bearable. Now then, I want to make this thing a little bit more substantial than a medical bay, an O2 generation, and a cargo container. So, let's first start with getting some lighting out. Is there? Doesn't look like there's an attachment point there. Nope, there's not. Alright. I'll put the light elsewhere. There, looks good. For some reason I can't access with build vision. And that would be why. The light I just built is denied access. Why? Oh, the LCDs have computers in them. I'll probably need to grind those down before I can get ownership of this little section. There we go. Now they're my LCDs. Should probably also put the... darn it. I can't get the light. Nope. There. The voxel's kind of in the way over here. So an alternate position would probably be best. And once I... yep, I got access back. There. that effectively lights up this area a bit. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I want to build this thing. Obviously, I'm going to need to modify my current setup. Such as changing out this block to a full. And I'm probably gonna, no. Wow. That was effective. There. The platform's wider. And I'll probably go further out to the side as well. It appears to be getting brighter. However, I think it's the false dawn. Sun's probably on the opposite side of the planet based on the lighting I'm getting. I want the corridor block. Oh wait, they're not corridors. They're passage blocks. I'll use those as walls to simplify things. Don't really use these blocks all that often. Didn't really have a need for it. I'm probably not going to be able to get out that easily. I'll try it in a bit. I just want some semblance of shelter. Can I fit this here? Or is the medical bay occupying that spot? Oh, I don't want to use the small steel tubes. Just the interior plate. There we go. Just to make it look sturdier. The storm has simply certainly gotten quieter than it was, being in these covered spots. Even though I could see the storm passing overhead. Let me see. I would like to get this rover hooked up to this at some point. So let's start with that. I'm thinking another medium cargo container, followed by a connector. Yeah, that would be about flush for the connector. Not completely flush, but close to it. Close enough to it. I don't know if I have parts to put connector on this part of on my base. Ooh. Small grid connectors are one thing, but large grid are something else entirely. And do I want to hook up the connector to the inventory system, or just do a power connection? I really don't need it to transfer cargo. I'll think on that for a moment while I expand out this base a bit. This should give me a better amount of space. The reason why I'm building a crappy base now is because I plan to build a more proper base later. A mobile base. Much like I did with Catch-22. Let's see, and I haven't even begun to touch on the mods I've installed in this scenario. Nothing that will nothing that will really break the scenario. I wanted to keep it as original as possible. Just quality of life things I installed. Such as moisture evaporators for one, though they are pricey and consume a lot of power. So I will fully weld the door, except for maybe the glass. I'm not going to make an air vent on this because I'm not going to make it airtight. I don't want to get comfortable with it, so I'll stay here as longer. I want to be here for as little as possible. I still have to clear out much of the... Once I've stripped out the mine, I should theoretically have enough materials to start my main base.
Energy low.
Because down there, there's still... Oh boy. There's a bunch of partially completed hydrogen tanks. One operational hydrogen tank just needs power, and I don't know if there's gas inside of it. Two partial oxygen generators and a full oxygen generator. Bits and pieces of conveyor tubes. There's the two vehicles I'm thinking about digging out. Anything that's like decorative to support the mine. That's gonna get ripped out. As far as I know, there are 3 batteries down in the mine. Something's gotta be powering those turrets that were firing at me. And something had to be powering the relay block. As well as those 2 little screens that I read. So there's power sources in there I could claim. Not to mention all the small batteries powering the lights. Various spots throughout the mine. I might build a vehicle to work on a sort of collection system for those. Might. Because they are resources that I could use. I believe those small spotlights have either small or large steel tubes in them. And the batteries, of course, those would be immensely helpful. Getting me a little bit more power on my rover. Oh good. It looks like the sandstorm stopped.
Through Data Mining Corporation transport vectors, I have determined there is an illegal weapons research facility hidden at this location. Uploading to Suhai.
Thank you, Mabel. Not much I could do about it right now. The piston that was on my base was originally going to be for the solar tower, but I realized the solar mod that I installed is too heavy, is too resource heavy, and it won't work, so I just tore it down. Right here is where I want the connector. Which way am I facing? Probably with the lights up and down. Now let's see if I have enough parts to build this thing. It looks like I should. Let's see. Probably go for the flight research station next. Or try to see what I could do about tackling the airbase up on the hill. If it's even possible for me to do that. But first, I would need my base to be mobile. And probably armed to the teeth. If I could get my rover finished, doing some exploring would help as well. That may yield unexpected results. The O2 generator that's on the cab, I'm probably not going to keep because I've blocked part of the door with the pipes. And eventually I'll get a proper rover, not a pile of spare parts. There we go. I am now hooked up to the base, and they are recharging very slowly. But I am at least recharging. I'll just make a... There. So, I've explored the rest of the mine. I have... Well, I still need to loot it. And I've got a crappy little base. I've accomplished my goal for this episode. Though, in hindsight, I should probably grind down that small building in front because it makes parking this thing tedious at best. Which my rover still does not have a name. I haven't named this thing yet. Probably because it's not worth naming at the moment. Well, that's going to be about it for this episode. Go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends, and I'll see you next time. So for now, goodbye.